Hey guys, what up? I'm here with Umbra, Dan, and Sam. I don't know if Sam is here, but we're looking at the new Colonial expansion thing. What's it called now again?
Conquest of Paradise.
Yes, exactly. And I can see already, before having loaded up to save, that they've added a shit ton of new native tribes here in America. Comanche and all these things, which is interesting. Sioux and everything, or Sioux, Cheyenne and all. It's nice. And we're loading up the save now that we are on in our EU4 game, whichever one's watching. So it's going to be really interesting to look at our colonies and everything and what it looks like. So I can't wait. And this is not with a randomized world. I don't know exactly how you do that, but I believe you have to start from the beginning then, right? Precisely. Right. Okay. And we are 100. There we go. Alright. So basically, how do I see exactly which are...
Will happen as soon as we go in and unpause the game.
Oh, alright, okay, so let's just have a little quick look. I've lost a colony in Miwok for some reason.
Yes, because it's a new province.
Ah, they've added, right,
If you
so...
look at Italian Canada, they've been disconnected as well because of the new provinces.
You are correct. Great. Well, that also, and they've also added a little sort of darker texture to lands that are unnegotiable, which is
the wastelands are
which is
now.
yeah, that's easier to navigate. And I've also noticed here that Italy has Australia going there, but he was lying about Wajjuk. He doesn't have that place settled yet, so little interesting. Good to know. Good to know.
The west side. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've split the Falklands now, so the Falklands is there, and then now they've got South Georgia. So let's jump in then, and we'll take a look at it.
All right, ready up.
Yeah. So I should be having plenty of colonial powers, but do I get to decide who I actually play as, or is it just Portugal mainland that you're always set with at the start?
I think the idea is that you're able to pick whether you want to play as the colonial nation when it's been formed.
Alright, I understand. So what I'm looking at here, how exactly do I split it up into different...
It'll happen the moment I unpause. I'm just clicking
right.
my pop-up spam.
Yes, I'm gonna look at these ideas. I have a few things going on here. It's nothing we're gonna save anyway, so...
No, just...
I can just deny all that.
Alright, are you ready?
I am ready.
Here we go.
Oh! Okay, and unpause. Pause. Okay, I have a load of them, and that is interesting. I get to name them as well. Jesus Christ in heaven! Alright, so, they don't really have different... They have slightly different tints to them sometimes. But it seems...
A little bit, yeah.
It seems like it's a little mixed. I'm gonna see if there's a map mode that points them out the best. They've added new map modes as well. Colonial regions. There you have it. Colonial regions. Whoa, that really shows. Anchors versus Colonial La Plata, together with Denmark slightly. Colonial Guyana, Colonial Colombia, Colonial Mexico. But that's some... You share those with others sometimes.
Yeah.
They're just the regions. And I just got poked. And let's see here. Buildings. They've added a few more, yeah. Federation's map mode as well has been added.
There's a trade good map mode now as well. It's pretty interesting.
Trade goods map mode?
Yeah, you can easily see what's being produced where.
Yeah. Economical map mode has been added too, I believe.
No, that was there already.
Was it? Right. Well. Trade value map mode. Was that the one you were talking about, or was it the trade goods?
Trade goods. If you go into the expanded map modes, it's
right, I see it. Yeah.
I think.
Oh, interesting. So now you see what's a gold province and whatnot. Got a lot of gold on there. And then it's also, what do we have? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the political map mode again here and just take a look at these different factions. So if I go to diplomacy and click my own, it seems I have actually about 7 different ones. I am the colonial overlord, I believe it says. Yeah. We have California, Mexico, Portuguese Colombia, Peru, Prata, Brazil, and Guyana. Those are pretty much the ones that I have, some control over. Of course, then the English have different ones as well. They got the 13 colonies have finally been added. They were before, but now they're here even before it actually happens. Or I'm not exactly sure how that works out, but the 13 colonies, that's interesting. Newfoundland. I'm not sure if I'm liking the flags that much, but I guess it's a at most it's nothing that mods can't solve. It'd be cool to have something special, but it's easy to recognize them. Administrator. Right, explain the different personality of the people who are in charge of them. How does it affect your main country?
I would have thought it wouldn't much. For example, my new Morocco is his one is militaristic, I think.
Mhm.
Well, either way, yeah, they all have different. I suppose it just determines how they're going to behave with other colonial nations and natives and stuff.
Yes,
So
you're
if they're
right.
militaristic, they're going to plow through natives. If they're diplomatic, they might try to annex them peacefully, etc. I think one of yours, Diplex, is balanced as well, so they might just do
Yeah.
what.
It's interesting because I notice now that I can't recruit. The units that I have now, the armies that I have now, are mine to control in the colonies. But I guess I've laid notice to the fact that
I think that's because we had troops stationed.
but I can't.
in
Yeah, but I can't
colonies.
recruit them. I can't recruit
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah,
Exactly.
They'll recruit their own.
Yeah.
Their own armies.
Are we gonna?
Does this mean that like for example, I have one colonist, but did these nations have their own colonists, or do they take from your pool of colonists?
Well, do they actually colonize automatically for you? They ought to, I think.
I think they do. I'm quite sure they do.
They've added new send and abandon. Abandoning colony will lose the colonization progress. They haven't had abandon before. They've had send and then recall, but now you can abandon entirely if you want to remove it. So that means that you wouldn't have a progress there. So this is very interesting. Of course, here's the infamous place where I lost my navy. But this is probably as far as east I am gonna go. I see Morocco there now as well. It's very interesting. It's very interesting indeed. Quing. Now it's easy to see where you can go and not go. So I'm having a hard time seeing where Johnny colonized in Siberia, but there's a possibility. So now there's gonna be a lot more things to do at home, I guess, since I'm gonna be dealing with things in my own mainland now. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out.
There's a new tab in the overview.
Alright, there's subjects.
Subjects.
Yes, increased tariffs. Oh, right, so this could essentially lead to the American Revolution by increasing a lot, right?
Yeah, well, if you look in your colonies, if you look at the overview, they have a liberty desire. So I assume is that
liberty desire. Interesting. That is great. Sorted by army size, and I've increased. If you increase the tariffs to 15, which I'm gonna be doing on most of them, I think that it adds to 5. Can we unpause and can I try and release a few subjects and see how they act and what they look like once I've released them? All right. Oh wait, I can't release them unless they have a liberty desire over 55%. Bruh?
Interesting.
Can someone unpause it? I can't. I just like to see what happens. It's paused by me, but I can't unpause it.
I can't unpause either, apparently.
Maybe Umbrez isn't here. But anyway, I think that's a pretty good look of the new things here, as far as that goes. I mean, we haven't really played it out, but it's interesting. I'm gonna look at the English here and see or the British and see what they have here. They've got Newfoundland, 13 colonies, English Mexico, and Cuba. So that's interesting. And then, of course, Sweden, because it could always be interesting. They have Vinland. 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 I don't know why it's called Vinland.
Guys, I gotta go, but I'll leave the server up so you can
Alright.
do anything.
Alright, see you around.
See ya.
Pause it, bro.
Okay, unpause it.
Alright.
There we go. Alright, so let's look at Spain. They don't have any colonies, unfortunately, for them. The Ottomans would be interesting to see what they have. Apparently none. I can't really look at it. Following vassals. Well, it's interesting to see California. Yeah, I got one just called California. It's just called California. Oh, it isn't even called. It's just called California. It's like its own. Yeah, cool, interesting. Portuguese Colombia. It's very nice, I have to say. I'm liking it. It's interesting
Very
because
interesting.
I don't know what our colonies are going to be doing downstairs. Maybe if your Maghreb y La Plata goes to war against my Rio de Plata, you never know what's going to happen. But I've got a feeling that this could lead all these different separate colonies now. That there's a lot of things that can happen here in this side now. But the question remains: do they colonize for you? I think they should. I haven't read upon it, but they should.
I would assume they do. Or, well, I mean, I would assume they do, but I'm questioning that whether they use your pool of colonists or not. Or
Or if they have
their
one
own.
each, one
Yeah.
each, yeah. Interesting thought. And I wonder how trade is gonna work, because right now I'm looking at the trade thing, and I've actually got California being, like, I see other colonial powers being the top of that one, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Hudson Bay, for example, Danish Canada is the ones that are in charge there. So I presume mine, wherever they went, Brazil and now Brazil and Panama still remain under my control for some reason, but we'll see what happens. I think it's cool though, gotta be honest with you. So, do you want to go out and try the randomized world and see what it could look like?
Yeah, we've been trying to get it to work, but we've having some issues.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the video here then, and we've been taking a look now at the different colonial factions here, so we'll be back soon.